Oh wow, it's time for the election day review that I promised in the season 2 video. Strap yourselves in because I meant it when I said this bit was too long for the ranking, and I'm sure this'll really get me some angry comments no matter what type of fans are watching. Now I like this episode, I really do. Despite its flaws, I found a lot of it to be enjoyable, mostly because of Master Faun and what would have been an important and appreciated lesson. But my opinion either isn't enough or is too much for most fans. Most people who talk about this episode can be split into two groups, the Princess Master Faun fangirls who are mostly yoi fetishizing tweens, and the DeviantArt Unikitty White Knights who claim this episode's the worst. So allow me to explain why in a way, both sides are wrong. I'll start with the Princess Faun stance since there's more of them and they're everywhere. Now don't get me wrong, Master Faun looks cute in the dress and all, but flamboyancy isn't a good enough reason to justify his actions. He's still the same jerk as always, just lying through his teeth even more now, no matter how many times you slap the gay excuse around. He flat out admitted that he was lying and planned to ruin the kingdom. No shit, Unikitty's a better candidate. But that being said, a lot of fans who despise this episode call it unfair and everyone who isn't Unikitty, Crocodile, Dr. Fox, or Richard a traitor, scumbag, or both. And to those fans, I have to ask, do I need to explain basic plot structure to you? Like seriously, that's just how conflict works. Unikitty trying to win against Master Faun in an election by being honest but losing more ground over time sounds like a pretty normal episode to me. But maybe that's just because I can handle a lot of crap this show throws at me. Nonetheless, this conflict feels believable in the first place because the citizens are complete morons. I think Little Prince Puppicorn is enough proof that they'll accept whatever's thrown their way. But this episode and Stop the Presses' conflicts are entirely fueled by their stupidity. Master Faun even addressed it himself.
I honestly didn't think I was gonna win, but have you seen how easily fooled these people are?
And though we're supposed to root for Unikitty, don't act like she's going through a living hell here. Sure, she didn't do anything wrong and still insists on being honest, which she should, so good for her, but objectively she's not the most convincing candidate and she handles the thought of losing her kingdom to Master Faun about as well as most other problems, maybe even a bit better. There's no tears or horrible paranoia, and this is the girl who cried over having dinner before dessert. I do think if she started off with better chances of winning but it only getting worse by Faun really getting more support, then yeah, the build-up would be there, let alone better. But the citizens are still idiots and Faun still has a lot of charm, so the more you complain about how it's still unfair, the more you sound like a bitch. There's one thing I think we can all agree on, however, and that's how the ending sucks. Because for some reason all cartoon episodes about elections have to end with neither of the candidates winning for one reason or another. But here it makes the least sense because Unikitty was already princess before, so why did she have to lose? Just because she said if people didn't vote for her it'd be okay? No. Given how easily influenced the citizens are, wouldn't it make more sense for them to all vote for Unikitty? I can see Puppicorn still voting for Master Faun as a joke, but Richard admitted that monarchies don't involve votes, so the rulebook shouldn't include them, right? The first person who voted rule felt so forced and unnatural. So fuck that and fuck dead others. But now that I've got this episode and its dumpster fire of a division out of the way, I can finally start working on the season 3 list. Shouldn't take too long to come out, so keep your eyes peeled.